Hello and welcome back to Blood for Flowers by MC McNeel. That is me. So come with me now on a journey through time and space. And please visit my YouTube channel and like and subscribe. This is content you will not see anywhere else in the world because no one else has made it. This is mine. I created it from my brain for you to enjoy. So let's go. This is how the night passed over the next hour or so. Again, this is chapter 17. Now, when the king had exhausted himself in the physical gratification of the vivacious Thera, Viacles held her in his arms once again as before, until she fell asleep, until she fell into a deep and pleasing sleep. Here he crept up from the bed so as not to disturb her rest. Then exited the quiet serenity of exited the quiet serenity of Thera's tent. Vasha stood on guard as Viacles had left him. Yet upon the king's return, Vasha smiled cheerfully, congratulating the king on his conquest. Saying a prayer aloud to Apollo and Artemis that the king of Sparta indeed would be successful in breeding. Viacles shook Vasha's hand as the two old friends shared a laugh. A great joy in the king's heart as they bade each other farewell, for the king would return to his unknowing queen. However, Vasha did not depart, for he turned and entered the sleeping beauty's tent. Oh dear. A small flame from the remaining oil lamp flickered softly, casting a warm glowing light over Thera's face and naked body, which was just barely covered by the white sheet. As Vasha stood in the shadows watching her sleep, he could easily have her now, strip himself of his garments and force himself upon her. Yet Vasha was only forceful in battle. If she would not give herself freely to him, then Vasha did not want her. Besides, the admiral, as most of the men of Sparta had been made privy to, knew of the rumors of Thera's time in Thrace last season, and this was a danger Vasha was not prepared to taste. Oh, I can't believe I put taste. I'm sorry, when you see what she did in Thrace, you'll understand. Okay, so get it together. So Vasha curled up on the floor beside her like an obedient dog. This is where Thera found him in the morning when she awoke from fevered dreams. Vasha! She cried out in confusion as to his presence. He explained that because of the affair, they must now have a practice at the art of deception. Vasha, and he alone, must be seen by the Themysciran women coming out of Commander Thera's tent. Thera had to collude with Vasha as not to reveal her own impropriety, for she would utterly be disgraced and condemned by her nation for breeding with a married man. Had the queen, her mother, known of this affair, Thera would be banished from the city walls and branded with the mark of the triangle on her right hand. But worst of all, her own friends and family would proclaim through the ages, Thera's mind no longer thinks the same ways ours does. Thera does not believe what we believe in. She is no longer one of us. You weren't supposed to sleep with a married man. Ever. But now things have kind of changed, I suppose. Here, even through her great passion and excitement and the enticements of the king, the thoughts of her mind turned to this affair as a disgrace. Her reason began to outweigh her deep passion for Viacles. Her mind grew more troubled with Vasha's presence, so she bade him leave most discourteously. Before he departed, he turned. Giving her a smile, he said to her in a whisper, "Remember, dear Thera, I was the only one with you last night. And I will, Vasha paused with another warm, charming smile, and I will return here again tonight by the orders of the king. He wishes to come to you once more if you so agree." Thera stopped for a moment in her perilous thoughts and stared at the handsome admiral, and she asked him, Vasha, why are you helping me betray your queen? A chill ran down the length of his spine at this turning of the phrase of her question. Then he replied, My loyalty is to my king. Queen Kiva is unable to give Sparta the son she needs. Now this was not new information to Thera, as Viacles had given this knowledge to her. Vasha went and opened the tent. As light flooded in from the bright and shining noonday sun, Vasha said, Sparta will have her heir, if it so pleases Apollo. And so, by Apollo, bid you good day. Yeah, it's not working out too well. So now she's getting a little scared. Okay. So chapter 17 continues, if I can get it on the screen here. All right. Now, the afternoon found Thera in her tent, in her bed, with a sickening feeling deep in the pit of her stomach, and she wanted to vomit. However, she did not. She took no food all day. Though many of her dear ladies came to check in on her, they were just trying their best to receive any information. Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta start again. Chapter 17 continues. That afternoon found Thera in her tent, in her bed, with a sickening feeling deep in the pit of her stomach, and she wanted to vomit. However, she did not. She took no food all day, though many of her dear ladies came to check in on Thera, just trying their best to receive any information she would impart of Vasha and his skills at the art of lovemaking. Because as we all know, loving is an art. Thera would give no such knowledge to them. She did not bother to make up a story. She did not wish to deceive them further. Although Amara had no trouble regaling Thera with her stories from the previous night. Thera was left speechless by the graphic description and seemingly unachievable positions Amara described to her. When Thera could hear no more, she bade her old friend to depart and leave her in the peace to sleep the day away, for she was very tired and exhausted by her vigorous sex with the king. Finding herself alone once more, Thera drank a little sweet buttermilk mixed with cinnamon and ginger, which Kayla had brought for her earlier, and the soothing liquid did help quell her nausea. Yet Thera had no elixir to soothe her troubled mind, for she spent the next week doing her best to hide her illicit affair, though she never refused to be with the king, which was always at night, always in secret, always with Vasha acting as their guard. But this was too much for her to bear, for when Thera was not with Viacles, her heart and mind were greatly troubled. Trepidation invaded all her thoughts, and she sought in her clever mind how to refuse the king. But any and all logic failed her. For Thera, when in the king of Sparta's presence, she found the world was all light and sunshine and moonbeams, where no care or concern troubled her soul. Always when breathing his air, kissing his lips, swimming naked in the moonlight in the ocean, Thera found no trouble or ill will or displeasure. Yet in the morning, when left alone with her own thoughts, the fear of the disgraceful affair came back to her once again as an unwelcome visitor come to pull her back down to terra firma with the heavy weight of guilt and shame. When you do bad things, you feel guilt and shame, unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath. Okay, so that's end of chapter 17. And I'm sorry it took me so long to be away from y'all. But I got things to do and things to take care of, okay? So once again, please visit my YouTube channel, m.c.mcneel, MC McNeel on YouTube. Please like and subscribe my channel. It makes me feel good. Okay, and I hope you feel good day too. because everyone deserves to be happy. And that's just a matter of fact. So find some joy, put it in your heart, and take it with you and keep it warm, and you can share it wherever you go. All right. See you later, alligators.